everybody, and welcome back to my page. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different as we wind down. In my last video, I mentioned that I was going to talk to you about some activities and different things that you can do over the summer, especially that you have middle school students. And being a mom myself and kind of always want to be financially responsible, things can get expensive. And with middle schoolers, it's hard because it's sometimes they're a little old for camps. Camps are getting more expensive, but they're sitting around the house. They're not exactly working. And we'll talk about how they can earn more money next week. But what can we do to kind of keep them engaged, keep them learning? I found this website through the New Hampshire Department of Education, and I actually found it through a article written in the Concord Monitor by Christine Brennan, who's the Deputy Commissioner of the Department of Education here in New Hampshire. And this website provides us with some great things that we can do to help our kids practice their skills throughout the summer. There are lots of studies that talk about the summer slide. One of the best ways that kids increase their vocabulary, increase their cognitive skills is by reading. They can increase their fluid reasoning skills through practicing math. And I don't want anybody to think that they need to go to school 6 hours a day in order to prevent this slide. Sometimes something as simple as 20 minutes 2 or 3 times a week can really help a student continue to be successful. Plus, we want to keep them busy and hopefully off the electronics. So this was a website that I wanted to share with you. So to access this website, to go to the top here, it's basically the New Hampshire Department of Education website, but it's www.education.nh.gov/learning-challenge. And it talks a little bit about reading and math and some STEM activities that you can do. So the first thing you can do is there's different things here, but I wanted to just quickly go through some of them and show them to you. But find a book. We want our kids to read, but we don't always know what's appropriate for them to read. In all honesty, I'm thinking if a kid is interested in reading, whether it be a comic book, whether it be an encyclopedia, if they're interested in reading, let them read it. You may want to do something a little bit more structured within their reading. So when you go to this Lexile framework for reading, you can figure out what their Lexile score is. I don't know what this Lexile score is, but just to give you an example, say they're in 6th grade and they find the books that are just right. Over here brings up the Lexile score. Now I've already done this website and played around with it. I found that I have to write in the Lexile score over here in these boxes in order for books to come up. When you click submit, you get categories to look at. So say, your child is into graphic novels and it comes up over here. You can click submit and it will come up with all sorts of books that you can get. A lot of these can be at the Concord Library. Library cards are for free. A lot of times you can download, there's an app you can download through the Concord Library, and I'm sorry that I don't know it off the top of my head, but you can download an app and borrow books from the library electronically as well. You can also go over here and, say you have a child who's going to look at a book that has 100 or more pages and they're going to say, nope, not doing it. You can limit the pages to it. Say you want to get a little more specified, they're into graphic novels and they want to know about, let's see here. We'll go to folktales and myths. Click submit again, so you can definitely look for that too. I believe up here, if you have, say, and you can just click out of here, I believe Fortnite is something a lot of kids. So there's no books on Fortnite. I should have checked that out earlier, sorry. But you can definitely go through. You can see all the different books that are going on. And definitely do that. So if we go back to here, one more page. You can also, the New Hampshire Summer Reading Program, which works with a lot of the libraries. It also has here STEM resources. And this was a pretty neat activity that I saw. These are all basically they're free activities. There are low cost to them, and these are STEM activities that are fun. And I'm going to click on this activity because, as you can see, it has to do with Oreos. So the cost associated with the activity is $1 to $5 because you're buying the Oreos. So this has to do with Oreos and figuring out the phases of the moon. It gives you a how to video, but it also gives you that lesson plan right there. So there's things that you can books that you can look at, tales about it. There's videos the kids can watch. Um, it definitely goes through using it on a calendar. So there's definitely information here that you can use that you can very simply follow with your child, or for a lot of kids, you can give it to them themselves. But think about this as a family event to do together, something fun for you guys to do together. So I thought that was pretty cool. Simple, easy, fun. Again, kind of takes 20 minutes to do. And hey, who doesn't like Oreos? The summer math challenge, quantiles.com summer math is pretty good. But this doesn't start until June 18th. So what happens is, and I'm just going to bring up the flyer, you fill out a very easy registration form. It's free. And what happens is every day you're going to get an email that has a math challenge for it. And again, just like with the Lexiles, you get to say, my child is in, say, just finished sixth grade. Math is too easy. Math is just right. Math is too hard. And so they send you an activity every day in your mailbox. You don't have to do the activity every day. You just want to do it a couple times a week. That is great as well. Some kids, if you have younger ones, they love to have certificates. Sometimes middle schoolers do as well. So you can make goals. They have summer reading certificates here. Another interesting thing that I learned through this website is ensuring that kids and our students have nutritious meals. There's a lot of food insecurity. We have the care closet at Runlet that we do help families out with food insecurities throughout the school year, but that isn't available during the summer. So the summer food service program is available in New Hampshire. So what happens is these programs offer free meals and snacks to children and teens in various areas. And here's the link here, New Hampshire School Nutrition Programs. There's also the Smart app. But as you can see at Concord Royal Gardens, they are going to be at 15 Concord Gardens from June 17th to August 23rd. So that's pretty much the entire summer that we're out. The kids get out on the 13th. So it's starting the Monday after that. And it looks like it's starting right before a week before school picks up again. So if you want to know those hours for Concord, this is the number here. If you happen to be in another area, friends are in other areas, and they're dealing with they need resources to help with food for their children. So as you can see, there's lots and lots of different areas throughout the state of New Hampshire. So this is a great resource. As I said, Range is the smartphone app to help find meals nearest to you as well. There's also the USDA summer program. This one, just goes back to the summer food service program. So it's just more the government agency website. So as I said, this I feel is a really great resource for people to use. Again, you don't have to keep going back to it. It's nice to have, whether you bookmark it. But once you sign up for these once you sign up for these website, you'll be getting emails once school lets out. Another website that I like to use as well is Khan Academy. Again, this is something that your kids will use, but what's nice is you get an email about how they're doing if that's something that you're interested in. So another thing that's really nice about this too is you can see all the courses that this has to offer. So if you aren't sure I've played around with this a little bit, so I'm doing pretty well at the easier math, but as we get going in math, I just wanted to see how this worked. So you do these different math things. You can start your child whatever grade they're at, 6th, 7th, or 8th. What's nice about Khan Academy is if the test questions get too hard, the program recognizes that and it works backwards and gives the child basically we look at instructional level, which is the area kids need to be taught at. Independent level, which is where kids can do activities, math skills or reading skills independently by themselves. And then there's a frustration level, which means that things are too hard. So Khan Academy, the program works so that kids are really working at their instructional level. I'm sorry, at their independent level, and a little bit at their instructional level to make it a little challenging, but not so much. If you have older kids and they're going into physics and chemistry, world history, your child needs help with writing and grammar. There's a lot of computer programming, computer animation, hour of code. So, finances, growth mindset, if you have a child who's always negative and can't do things. Granted, yes, this is college careers and more, but these are all different areas that can definitely be used over the summer. This is something that my son personally likes to do. Eureka Math Engage in New York is the program that is used at Runlet, so it follows along with what the kids are learning. So this is just another website, and I really like Khan Academy because it encompasses so many different areas that you can address. A lot of it is based on the STEM. But again, these are all free websites that you are able to use and you have access to. Again, the Concord Library is great too. One of the nice things about the Concord Library is that they often have free admission tickets to a lot of the museums in the area, whether it be the planetarium, whether it be the Sea Science Center down out on the seacoast or down in Manchester. So, it's first come, first serve, but those are free available to Concord residents who have a library card as well. So definitely have your kids sign up for a library card. It's great to sometimes just hold the book in your hand and not always read it off of a piece of technology. So thank you so much for tuning in this week, parents. I hope you find this website helpful. And next week, we're going to talk a little bit about some skills that your kids should know and how they can earn some money without driving you nuts. So, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.